were the facilities like, and did they evolve or change much over your time at Heimers and when the few girls did start to attend?
Well, when I was there, I guess my memories of it compared to what it was like now, it is totally and utterly different. I think the core of the main Heimers, the old buildings were there, and certainly the 1960s building, which is now the JCR, was also there. But we used to do art in that in my day. So, and we used to use the gym, the gore room, which is now attached to the LCR. That was the gym. So I remember actually climbing on all of the frames that are still there. And I always all remember ropes hanging down, and you can still see the hooks there. And I used to remember climbing up those ropes and literally standing on those beams at the top there. I'm sure they wouldn't allow you to do that nowadays, and with all the health and safety that's changed. But but the grounds were very similar. The lake was a bit bigger, and we had a cinders running track at the top of the game school, which is now being covered in to just be grass. So and we certainly didn't have the facilities that you enjoy now, like the swimming pool and the all-weather pitches and tennis courts and things like that. So whilst it's very, very recognisable, it's still quite different now. And as for the girls arriving, well, that was a big shock to the system for everybody, because of course we've been boys' school for forever, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, we were told, well, there's 2 girls starting. We were very surprised, and I remember their names. In fact, I can't remember the surname. One was called Veronique. She was called Veronique Boucher, I think, and the other one was called Helen. I'm going to say Parsons. I'm not quite sure about that, but those names have been ingrained on my mind from all those, say, 40 plus years ago. So yes, it was a real big shock for us, but nevertheless, it was a very good move for the school.
Okay. What were your favourite teachers and subjects?
Well, very sadly, one of my favourite teachers has just died in the last couple of weeks. A chap called Terry Glenville, and he was a swimming teacher. So probably actually, funny enough, I remember more of my teachers from the junior school than I do the senior school. I mean, there were some real standout ones. So there were some great teachers, really, and they were very engaging. And Emily posted on LinkedIn a picture of all the teachers from my era, and I could name probably 75% of them. So, you do remember your teachers for sure. Have you got a favourite teacher? Are you allowed to say on this video?
I like all the games teachers. They're all really nice.
Okay. Yeah, best not to name any names, just in case, unless someone's paid you to mention their name, of course, and that would be different. Yeah. But from a point of my favourite subjects, well, it was sport. I just happened to be quite good at football in the junior school, and I was in the school team. And then I was I got to be in the first 15 for rugby as well. So sport was my thing. But I quite liked, I liked history and I liked geography. Hence, that's why I like traveling and looking at historical places still to this day.
So what were your aspirations and what were your peers' aspirations for their future?
That's a difficult one. I think trying to cast my mind back to when I was at school to really know what I wanted to do. I think secretly between you and I know no one's listening, I wanted to be a pop star when I was at school, and I sort of almost made it, but not quite. But I guess that's what it. But I didn't really think too hard. I don't think. I think things are a lot better now, from careers advice and advice on the type of subjects you can take and things like that. But yeah, it's too long ago to remember, really. And
are you still friends or in touch with anyone from your school time?
Yes, very much so. I mean, the great thing about, funny enough, because I left school and when I did my friends went off to university and I was in a pop group for 3 or 4 years. We sort of lost touch then, but of course, as you get older, you sort of miss them, and they start to come back into your life. And certainly with social media now, that's become a lot easier than it was back then. I mean, we didn't even have mobile phones. We had to organize things and turn up. It was really very, very different to what it is now.
Okay. If you were back at Hymas today, what would you do differently?
I would have paid more attention. I would have worked harder. Definitely. Yes, I would have worked harder, paid more attention, and studied harder, and done more homework. All the things that Hymas is fantastic at. I was, unfortunately, I wasn't very good at, and I think I would enjoy so much more going to school now at my age than I did when I was there. I think what I liked about school was actually going to see all my friends and play the rugby rather than learning anything. But I'm very different now.
What do you think are the biggest changes and the most significant at Hymas since you were at school?
Well, co-ed, so there's all girls now, and of course, with girls being at the school, they're always cleverer and more tidy than the boys. We all know that, don't we? I expect you are, Emily. Are you?
I try to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, obviously, as you know, I'm a governor at the school, and I'm also, recently the president of the Old Time Owners Association, and about 10 years ago, I volunteered to work with the young enterprise teams at Hymas as well. So what has really impressed me, I have to say, is the quality of the pupils, of the students at Hymas is outstanding. They're such nice people, clever, good citizens. I think that's what it is. And I think the pastoral element of Hymas and the efforts it put into just the general education, not just the academic education, but the general education to allow you to be the best human being you can be. I think that's what's really impressed me, because I think back in my day it was very much stricter. It was a more old-fashioned, much stricter. And if you were in trouble, you knew about it. I can tell you, I've had some run-ins with the headmaster, as was then, many times. But anyway, it's great. It's a great school now, and it was a great school then, but it's even better now. I think the students, the teachers, everybody's works together to do a brilliant job.
And the final question: if you were to give a Hymas student some advice about being a Hymas today, what would you say?
Sorry, just repeat the question again, Emily, so I get it right.
If you were to give a Hymas student some advice about being a Hymas today, what would you say?
I would say just take advantage of everything you've got. I don't like to use the word privilege, but that's probably the best descriptor, because it is the very, very best education you would be able to get, certainly in the area, perhaps even Yorkshire. And just take advantage of it. Take advantage of the facilities. Get to know your friends. Make sure you make lifelong friends with those people. Stay in touch and just do everything you possibly can. The thing about Hymas is you go in with one string to your bow and you come out with 10. You learn music, you learn singing, you learn dancing, you learn art, you learn sport, everything. And I'm sure that you're taking advantage of everything, Emily. Is that, what do you like to do?
I like coming in early to the swimming pool, and I like talking to the teachers and getting to know them.
Yeah, well, they're so dedicated. I mean, because I can see it from all sides now, and I know how committed all of the teachers are to making the school, and they're really pupil focused as well. They love the kids, they love the students. So you're absolutely right. You got anything else? What are you up to this weekend?
I think we'll probably go for a walk or a bike ride and get outside.
Yeah, that's all we can do at the moment, isn't it?